Well, look at this mess. I am 0 to 1 in this draft with this amazing slow Boros deck splashing Orzhov. And if you've seen the draft, please let me know the pick order and the minute I do stupid picks so I can improve. I think this is a good build given what I have, but that is not very reassuring. What I wanted to speak about now is that about how much money you are supposed to lose on drafts. I really try to prioritize not losing too much, especially when I was so close to going infinite on drafts alone. But so yesterday I won 2 packs and got 1 frontline medic. That's about 9 tickets, given that I can't sell the frontline medic for the cost bots are selling it for. I have to sell it a bit cheaper. So 9 tickets. I paid 9.6. I found the boosters for 3.2. So I paid 11.6 to play. So I lost 2.6 tickets. And this draft is already almost as good, given that I drafted the Gary Sage and which I'm gonna sell immediately, and the Gideon, who I'm gonna wait with because Planeswalker is only at 6 tickets, and Planeswalkers are normally higher than that. So unless they are Tybalt, in which case they are 2 tickets. But I hope that someone will break Gideon and actually make use of him in a deck, which is not very likely, but I will hold on to him. Or maybe not. At least I'm almost at 9 tickets already, so I only need to win 1 match to make this draft a better draft than the last one. But of course I want to win so bad. So we're in the losers bracket. Nobody's nobody has played except us. So let's see what happens. Okay, we have 2-minute warning. Workaholic and Strossus played a very long game, so I hope I'm not up against any of them. I hope my deck will do better this time. The first match was really discouraging, and I think I could establish I should be able to stop an opponent and establish a board where I can start battalion in my more expensive guys and win. This deck doesn't look that bad, does it? I hope not. Well, let's see what we are up against in the losers bracket. And we're off to the races. This is a clear mulligan, isn't it? We do have more white mana than we have red, but we learned from last time that we have to mulligan hands like this. And then we need to keep this despite nothing happening until turn 5. We are facing Workaholic, and we know he's slow. And he might even have lost on time. Armored Transport gives us a turn 3 play. This actually means that we are going to curve nicely here. And he's Dimir. And he's playing Contaminated Ground. I think this card must be absolutely worthless. At best, it's a land destruction spell. But if I really need it, I can use the land for mana. I don't really need it right now. So I'm gonna cast the Armored Transport next turn, but I'm not gonna use it for the Prophetic Prism now. So let's see, Slay Street Ruffian, and I will discard if he becomes blocked, but I have the option of blocking, so I just might do that. And now actually I have Warmind Infantry as well, so I'm gonna play the Warmind Infantry, take 2 damage, and have a reliable blocker against Ruffian. I'm not sure I'm blocking him. If he's ciphered, of course I'm gonna block him, but he's not. Oh, he gave me black mana. That's just awesome. I think the play here is clearly Kingpin's Pet, and then I'm gonna need to keep Warmine Infantry back. So I'm taking another 2 damage, playing Kingpin's Pet. And I'm gonna take more damage probably next turn. Playing Nightwatch, though I'm not sure I will. And he's countering it! Wow, I thought the counterspell was so bad. So I didn't even include that in my calculations. So Spell Rupture is in. I'm counting Dimir out now, so I need to shape up here. And there's another contaminated ground. Maybe I should just consider them land destruction then. And play the Prism. And the Guildgate. And just go from there. I'm pretty flooded, so I'm fine just doing nothing. Though I am willing to pay 2 mana for the... or pay 2 life for the Knights. He might even counter it again. So that's why I'm gonna play the Armored Transport instead. And that was okay. So he probably doesn't have a counter, and then I'm gonna play Nightwatch next turn. I am flooding so horribly. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he has a 3rd color that hasn't showed up yet. But of course he has wasted his cards by playing 2 contaminated ground. So I'm gonna cast the Nightwatch before attackers, because I want to know that I have a blocker if he's going Cypher all over me. And I seem to have a blocker, so now I can start beating down. Oh, that's what's stuck in his hand, of course. It's Cypher cards. And I'm gonna keep Homing Lightning open next turn. And attack with everything. But I didn't need to. I will just kill his guy and discard the planes. That I absolutely did not need. So what new devil is this? It's Agoraphobia! Alright. So yeah, that'll give me battalion, which doesn't do anything. So I'll just attack with these guys and keep my hand full of removal. I have 4-turn clock, everything is cute. When I played Dimir decks, I've not been impressed by Dimir at all. And a Dimir deck playing substandard cards is just present. But this is one of the reasons we like to play Swiss drafts. Because now, even if this draft went bad, we get to see exactly how bad. Is it an 0-3 deck, or is it a deck that actually loses the first match and then wins 2 matches? We will know. Mugging and Homing Lightning. I feel very confident that and none of them can hit the player. I feel very confident in winning here. I actually do 8 damage even. Something is going on! What is it? It's Gridlock! Well, that's another subpar hand. I think it goes well in sub. It's a bad card, and I think it goes well in Simic, perhaps, because they have the huge creatures that can now attack. But he gridlocked me and could do nothing. So once again, his cards are just really bad. Okay, I have Act of Treason. If I Act of Treason something with Cipher, I get to use it, right? I'm not even sure of that. Cipher, Act of Treason. Okay, I'm not sure even. So is there anything that's really bad against Dimir? Probably the tiger. So I'm gonna replace the tiger with an Act of Treason. Or even a Mark of Death, actually. Because that can kill someone who's ciphered. Yes, and I'm not bringing in Act of Treason, am I? No, and I don't want to take out more creatures, so no tiger and Mark of Death. Mark for Death. This is an interesting hand. I don't have any white cards, I don't have any white mana. I will keep it. This is what you get every time, or very often, when I play 3 colors. This happens. And then that happens, so that's okay. We are enabling mugging, which is a sorcery, so we can't use it. Maybe next turn. Oh well. Yeah. Glad he drew his Contaminated Ground. That's a mulligan for him, as you could see in last game. I did have another red mana. Maybe I shouldn't have played that, because if he contaminates that too, I am actually out of red mana. But he's playing Sage-Shrew Denizen, who's gonna mill me, and who cannot be mugged. He is immune to mugging. That's not good, because he's then a cipher target. And we don't like cipher targets, so we are gonna play Warmind Infantry as a blocker here. And I'm taking the 2 damage if I don't do it, so I'll just do it. He's attacking, I have a 2/3, he has a 2/3, I'm blocking. And if he has a trick, he has a trick. So do I play the Scorchwalker? It's 5 damage, that's a lot. Keymaster Rogue is unblockable. And you have to return that guy to hand. And you get to mill. But he is a mugging target. He has mugging written all over him. And I'm afraid that's what's gonna happen. He is a mugged boy. I bring him into the alley and take his lunch money. And then I beat you up as well. And I think it's worth taking another 2 damage to cast the Kingpin's Pet. Instead of doing nothing. So I've taken 4 damage by that Contaminated Ground, and I still say it's bad, because I get the choice. So what now? Sage-Shrew Denizen is back. I think I should play... I want to play both Bomber Corpse and Scorchwalker. Bomber Corpse won't really get through, will they? Though they will help Warmind Infantry get through. They will enable Battalion, and the Scorchwalker, he will just die. But next turn I can play Bomber Corpse and Mark for Death. So I think it's still the Scorchwalker. And I'm gonna mark something for death and kill it with the Warmind infantry. So I'm attacking with the Kingpin's Pet here. And I'm casting the Scorchwalker. So do 1 damage to him and lose 1 life. I think that might actually be a good idea. So I'm doing it. Because next turn something will get through. Okay, I can't decide who he blocks, so the Scorchwalker is in trouble. But he's attacking. I'm still blocking with the Warmind infantry. Keymaster Rogue. Painfully slow, that deck. Well, I guess I'm playing Bomber Corps, extorting, and there's no need to mark for death. He better block the Scorchwalker. He's countering Bomber Corps. Okay. Feel free to. So now he will cipher me. And how bad will that be? If he allows himself to take 9 points of damage. And I don't think he can afford that. So I'm gonna hit him for 9. Oh, sorry, 11. So he better kill the Scorchwalker. Or the Warmind infantry. Puts him at 7, and I'm pretty much relying on these guys to go all the way. Lasav! Oh, it's a true Denizen at 2-3. And he gets to draw a card. And it's ciphered onto that guy who will now painfully die. Which is all good with me. Now it feels like good card economy to trade my 4-drop for his 3-drop. And I think it is. So how do you draft a good Dimir deck and how do you play it? I'm not sure. Oh, look at the mistake. That's just nasty. Why didn't I play the land first? Sorry. That was just sloppy play. Oh, here's the land. Oh, if I lose for that, if I lose because of that, that would be horrible. Well, I'm not very proud of that win. Dimir. Oh, it's hard to play Dimir, and when you do, you should play cards that actually affect the board. So I am 1-1 in the draft. I've lost 4 points of rating so far. So the guy that actually beat me in the first game was probably quite good. Probably had a higher rating than I had. So I'd expect to lose more rating. Well, I don't think I need many comments about this draft, except that you should tell me I'm a moron for not playing the land before the extort trigger. So please write in the comments, sir, you're a moron for not playing the land before the extort trigger, so I know. Otherwise, I would very much like comments on the draft itself and where I could have done better. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back for match 3.